dear students, welcome to the platform of Teach Educator. Today, let me introduce you to the academic program of the second semester. We know that 2 years B.Ed program comprises of 4 semesters to be assessed for 2400 marks, where each semester stands for 600 marks. Coming to the second semester, your performance in this semester is assessed for 600 marks, where internal assessment is for 320 marks and the term and examination is for 280 marks. In the second semester, you have total 7 papers to study. You might recall that in B.Ed, your papers are called hardcore courses, softcore courses and enhancing professional competency courses. There are total 12 hardcore courses. Softcore courses are 2 as part 1 and part 2, and enhancing professional competency courses are 8, and finally you have one optional course. So, in the second semester, you have HC7 Learning and Teaching, HC8 Assessment for Learning, Softcore Course 1 Content and Pedagogy 1 Part 1, the Part 2 of which you will be studying in the third semester. Then SC2 Content and Pedagogy 2 Part 1, the Part 2 is in the third semester. Then you have EPC 3, that is ICT Applications, EPC 1 and EPC 2 you have already completed in the semester 1. Then EPC 4, that is Fine Arts and Theatre, and the last but very important, that is EPC 5, that is Pre-Internship Program. So, like this, in your second semester, you need to study 2 hardcore courses, 2 pedagogy papers and 3 enhancing professional competency courses. This table represents some further details of these papers. HC7, that is Learning and Teaching, is assessed for 100 marks, which is composed of 30 marks as the part of internal assessment and 70 marks as the term and examination. Similarly, Hardcore Course 8, that is Assessment for Learning, Softcore Course 1 CP1, Softcore Course 2 CP2 also stand for 100 marks each, where 30 marks are considered for internal assessment and 70 marks are allotted for term and examination. Later you can see EPC papers 3 and 4, which are assessed for 50 marks only. You know that for EPC papers there are no internal or external examinations. Then you have EPC 5, that is Pre-Internship Activities, which are also purely internal and stand for 100 marks. Here is some information about each of the papers. HC7 Learning and Teaching includes 4 units of theory like the HC courses in the first semester. Here, internal assessment is based on the practical activity and internal test. These together stand for 30 marks. Weightage of each of these depend on the discretion of the college. Generally, practical activity is assessed for 15 marks and the internal test is of 15 marks, thus making a total of 30 marks. Then, at the end of the semester, you have university examination. Next, you have HC8 Assessment for Learning. This paper also has 4 theory units, internal assessment of 30 marks, and the split is 15 and 15 for practical activity and the internal test respectively. Then you have softcore paper 1, where there are total 4 theory units, internal assessment of 30 marks and the split is 15 plus 15, where 15 marks stand for seminar and the other 15 stands for the internal test. At the end of the semester, you have term and examination of 70 marks, making a total of 100 marks. Similarly, you are assessed for 100 marks in the Softcore Course 2, that is your Content and Pedagogy 2. Now, you have EPC 3, that is ICT Applications, which is purely practical in nature. And in the entire academic program of the second semester, total 26 hours are contributed for this paper. The assessment in this paper is based on the practical activities conducted according to the need of the syllabus spread out in 2 units. It stands for 50 marks. You know that assessment in all EPCs is based on the practical records for all the activities as per the prescribed syllabus. Then you have an interesting EPC paper, that is Fine Arts and Theatre, which is spread out in 2 units. This paper requires your active engagement for near about 26 hours. As EPC paper, it does not have the examination and stands for 50 marks. Then, lastly, you have pre-internship program as EPC 5. It is an exhaustive program which takes place for about 4 weeks. During these 4 weeks, you will be engaged in the practice of teaching skills and its integration in simulation condition. Pre-internship program is assessed for 100 marks. 50 marks for each of the pedagogy subjects. This table explains the breakup of 50 marks for pre-internship program. First, you have the practice of 6 teaching skills, 3 in each pedagogy subject, and it stands for 15 marks, thus making a total of 30. Then, you will be asked to record the observation of demonstration lesson or video lesson, 1 in each pedagogy subject, where you are assessed for 5 marks in each of the paper. Then you will be asked to present simulated lessons with integration of skills including instructional materials, 1 in each pedagogy subject. It is assessed for 10 marks, thus making a total of 20 marks. Later, you will be asked to design 4 lessons in each pedagogy paper, which is going to be assessed for 10 marks. Lastly, you will be asked to present a simulated lesson with ICT mediation, 1 in each pedagogy subject, and it will fetch you maximum 10 marks in each pedagogy paper. Thus, your 50 marks of internship in each pedagogy paper includes practice of teaching skills, observation of lessons, integrated lesson, 4 lesson plans and 1 ICT mediated lesson. These all the activities are to be done in each of the pedagogy papers. So dear students, this was all about your second semester. Let us meet with a new topic in my next video. Thank you. Happy learning.